And hello, ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Hatipik, and I'm joined tonight by a beginner caster, I would say, in the Plant Side 2 scene. So, hello, Grim, I hope you're doing well, and I hope that we will have a good match for your first LaneSmash, technically, for the season.
Certainly we will. Match has already started, I see.
Yep.
The first thing I see is two Reavers to just go into the base, smash into it, and crash. Why do they do that?
They should technically, yes, just go for hack the terminal, vehicle terminal, in order to pull some vehicles, which RSPC playing NC did. And just the first vehicle is a Cloak Sunderer. The goal of that Sunderer is to just be alive for the entire capture and provide some spawn options. Then it is quite, I would say, smart to not start the capture yet, because you still have your setup incoming. A few tanks coming in for the NC, two Vanguards actually, and I think you have 3 Prowlers, 1 Skyguard from the TR. The Skyguards will just allow you to create an anti-air bubble, which all the air available around that around the map on Chimney Rock Depot is not allowed to stay safe. So a few TR Thunder coming onto the point.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm quite surprised that the TR are the first one to like step onto the points, because it's not like they have the easy setup to go inside Chimney Rock Depot, because starting from the map, they are starting from Aoka Tech, and you have that big rock mountain in between the base, between your home base and Aoka Tech, that you have to go all the way around. So NC kind of struggled to punish those two Thunderers to come inside the base, but right now they have a good pincer maneuver, I would say, around the mountain, because they are contesting on the main road and you have 2 Vanguard going on the flank.
That is certainly true. And then you have a singular NC I see here, who's going outside and goes for some anti-air. Don't really see that really either. Don't see how that would help. Like, that's like 2 or 3 people just somewhere else in this outside of the base, helping in the air battle, where I see that the TR are getting punished anyways.
Yeah, the Mosses from the TR are there is not a lot of them. There is a lot more Reavers up in the sky, very scattered around the sky, but they should be able to advance quite easily onto the Mossy Ball. But now the flank from the 2 Vanguards finally managed to pincer the TR tanks here, and they are just getting wrecked here. So great opening by the NC, a lot vehicle heavy, I would say, but quite successful. But I do find it strange.
Really you can see the air currently going ham at the Thunderers that they have.
They have to
near the site. Yeah, they pretty much have to. But maybe this was not very smart by the TR, by having more people on the ground than in the air, because now they're just getting hammered by all the Reavers. Yeah,
the thing is that for the NC, they are playing long term here for Chimney Rock Depot. They just played for a 4-minute timer, and even more, I would say, because they didn't really start the timer very early on. So their goal was just to destroy the setup of the TR, then just move with their own tools. And they destroyed the Thunderers, so no easy comeback if you are the TR, so you are very few on the points. You will run dry of res grenade, and now it's just a war of attrition from the NC to just try and wreck the TR that are onto the point. But you can take your time. You're not forced to just wreck the TR right now. You just take you can take 2 minutes to wreck them onto the point and just be the last man standing as long when the timer hits 0.
Definitely, you can indeed see the NC have complete control over the surrounding of the base, including the airspace.
Yeah, they have one
the
Sunday.
TR do not have a single Sunderer, I believe, somewhere close by. I do see that they have a spawn beacon here.
Yeah, this is the only like easy spawn option that they have, and it's really a matter on how organized is the platoon, because sometimes you might have squad beacon up, but doesn't really mean that it is for 12 people, because you tends to scatter a bit more. You don't have 2 squad of 12 for 24 players, but you kind of have like those maybe 4 squad of 8 or whatnot. So yeah, having a spawn beacon doesn't really mean that you can bring a lot of people right inside the base and inside the point. 1 minute remaining, so the NC, they have to start going now, because you can sustain quite a long time with some res grenade.
You can see can see medics and heavy assaults coming onto the rocks nearby the base, or nearby the point. Like everywhere around, they were swarming currently.
Yeah, there is not a lot of TR inside the point. Should be really easy if all the NC try to enter at 1 inside that point, but so far so good for the TR. They're still in control. 30 seconds remaining. Couple of NC trying to enter inside the point, but they got wrecked here. Some res grenade coming here and there for the TR, trying to res some people.
It's a little too late. It's a mop-up right now. They have 1 man left standing. And now
big res grenade here.
That's a good res grenade.
Yeah, pretty much everyone is done to the commissioner.
Oh, that's another one. Oh yeah, they're taking it back by now.
Yeah, the point is contesting, so no seconds is won by either side here. Big res grenade coming in for the TR, but few NC are entering the room. Point should be able to flip back once again. A res grenade resing 3 to 4 people from the TR side, but the res will be washed up, and the zombie are not alive anymore. RSPC capture the first base and score the first points.
Not only in that sense, but you could just see TR just went way too quickly on it. The NC just gradually went all around it with tanks, with Sundays, with Reavers. They really prepared to take the point back at the last moment.
Yeah, and you have to kind of, if you decide to go ham on the point very early on, you have to consider that you're going to get wiped at some point, and you have to come back into the fight. I'm quite amazed that they only rely on squad beacons and as well res grenade to stay on fight and sustain as long as they can. But yeah, the fact is that you can't sustain that much with so little. You might want to get a Gal drop or a couple of Valkyries coming in, but I do fear that the air is quite dominant on the NC side.
It certainly is.
So right now, there was a back-capped attempt on AOK Chemical Lab. The NC, unfortunately, were not enough, and they got wiped.
There was just a solo, it was probably.
Yeah, there were 3 to 4 NC here, but the goal is not like to have a straight up like good opportunity to cap. It is more like to put the TR on the defensive, allowing your strategy to get rolling for the TR in order to repush. And you can see here with those tanks right onto the bridge, they are quite afraid and quite passive here. They're just waiting for the vehicle ball of the NC to come in. And yeah, the TR are not really attacking right now, just more like defending and preventing the NC to access the base. Beautiful AP here on that Mossy. And yeah, the NC playing quite slowly, to be honest, but is
Yeah,
like you have 30 minutes to get to score points, so it's okay to play slow.
Definitely, but it looks like they're trying to get a few picks in, maybe some kills, maybe some vehicle kills as well.
Yeah.
They probably have some few random infiltrators going through the woods themselves. Although I see here a random Sunderer from the NC goes around the base. Okay. They probably have some infiltrators going alone, probably trying to hack the vehicle base inside of the or of the middle plant.
Yep. What they could also do is try to go and hack the vehicle terminal on the tech plant, which they are allowed to do it, and should enable the NC to take vehicle from behind the TR. But good push from the TR here. 4 red buses.
The TR actually had this exact same thought process that I did, and just destroyed all their previous vehicles.
You have to do it. Yeah, that's a standard here on LaneSmash, where in general, if you're not doing it, you're making mistakes. And teams that are quite experienced in that format, in general, just try and destroy terminals that they are not using it, because you can, as you said, you can have one infield going behind your lane and pulling a Sandy from behind your back, and it just goes unnoticed. Quite a chase here in the woods. Few vehicles from the TR.
Really pushing.
Yeah, they are really pushing. One Thunder is down, there is one still alive here. Quite low on HP, there is a Reaver just above him. And few infantry, they are trying to enter inside the base.
Not really the Reaver that does the damage, it's mostly the Mag Rider from behind.
Failure is not the path.
Yeah, there was a backup attempt from DNC. Not quite sure how many there were, but now you have a Sandra up for the TR onto Chimney Rock Depot. The backup attempt has been shut down. Couple more NC trying to come back here, so they should have a Sandra in the back, inside the base of Aoka Chemical Lab, allowing the NC to just harass the TR here, keeping them at bay. But,
yeah, they certainly are trying, but there's still so many that they couldn't keep up their Sunderer, and thus
can they flip?
It's gone already.
No, they can't flip it.
There's a lot of NC warriors right here.
Yeah, it should be the good thing for the TR. Like they broke a bit the momentum that the NC had, and now they are able to be a bit more onto the offensive. Like, because when you tend to lose momentum, it's really hard to try and come back. Here, good effort from the TR. They will win a couple of crucial seconds, basically disabling the NC to be onto the offensive, onto the next base, because they have to roll back the timer onto Chimney Rock Depot. They will clear up the point because the attack from the TR was not sufficient enough to just get the straight up 4-minute cap set up. But yeah, that's 40 seconds win, I would say, for the TR. 40 seconds where the TR can just reorganize and try to push as a unit, maybe reorganize for a drop to just recontest a bit the point. But dropping will be really, really hard because you have a lot of Reavers up in the sky and not that much of anti-air option, unfortunately, on the TR side. I would have liked to see more Skyward in the mix, because like those Reavers, in the end, there will be a pain in the ass.
And they will continue to be so. The
Oh
Mosquitoes cannot do much because they're just getting outnumbered at all times.
Oh yeah.
But just because they were outnumbered in the beginning, they cannot pull more than the Reavers. Just because the ground is just so strong at the moment that they will lose the next base.
The fact is, yeah, I do agree with you that for the TR, unfortunately, they are losing the air battle. They are losing the ground battle as well as the infantry battle. So it is quite a tough side they have for the beginning, so the only way like they can hold on to Heyoka Chemical Lab is to have 24 people inside the point. And just go for that 1-0 result. Don't try to go that much onto the attack on Chimney Rock Depot. In the fear of getting wiped off Chimney Rock Depot and you lose the setup that you had on Heyoka Tech. But right now the NC are back onto the offensive one. Infiltrator right onto the point. The point is flipping, so no back cap to tent onto Chimney Rock Depot. The NC are pretty much wiped here.
Holding out in the
never mind.
previous room, the upper room here.
Good res into server room.
I just see a singular infiltrator here going with a knife.
Yeah, Nalo here going for the knife.
Yeah.
One Frenchie that we know, that I know quite well, to be honest. Playing SMG, quite a cheeky strat here, but there is no ban. There is no ban weapon here. Big push from the TR though, from the double doors, where there was not that much NC into the server room, so TR are back onto with a great defense here. Not that much NC, but as I said, it was not a setup to cap the base. It was more a setup to just deny any back cap attempt on Chimney Rock Depot, and more like to reorganize as a unit for the NC, and we should see a big push coming anytime soon.
Yeah, not only that, but as well as attacking this side like this full on is forcing the TR to stay here and not be able to attack any other of not any of the next bases at all.
Yeah, they have to commit resources to defend here, because once again NCR flipping the point, winning crucial seconds here. Sundry goes down, unfortunately. And yeah, TR, some medics in the mix will allow the push to continue and stay alive. Big push onto the corridor here. The server room will be invaded by NC, and now NC have a strong setup. It's one tank inside the base, few infantry in server room. They should be able to push the bridge in any second from now, because there are not that much TR alive to contest into the L shape. And yeah, it's just a matter that the TR can't quite contest infantry-wise, vehicle-wise, and air-wise.
Not only that, but I see that the NC are now trying to spawn trap the TR.
Yeah, they have to.
Then the TR cannot, if the TR cannot leave their spawn, or any of the other buildings that they own, then yes, it's just easy take.
Yeah, that's a quite a tricky base to attack, even because like you have some undergrounds where you have one underground corridor which leads from the spawn room directly below the point where you have few exit points. One push has been denied, but all thanks to having some tanks in the mix inside the base and dealing extra damage here. TR will be forced to try and repush from the L shape, but you have already NCs there.
Although above the base, you can now see that the mosquitoes are dominating the airspace. None of the reefers actually survived, I believe.
Yeah, I do believe that onto a Heyoka Chemical Lab, like you can put 24 people inside the base. You have some vehicles inside. Not that much anti-air option, I do agree, but yeah, you can technically rely on having a lot of medics in the mix and just hold in the server room.
Yeah, the server is being held like a pro by the NC currently. The healers cannot keep up.
Yeah, TR regrouping around the 3 doors on the low ground here. Big C4 takes down one heavy, but you still have some medics in the big 4 medics here in the mix, 1 LA, 1 heavy assault. It's quite a small fire team here to try and pressure the NC, but adding some angles that you have to watch out. Yeah,
it's only pressure. As long as the bandage has not been applied, the wound keeps billing. And that's exactly what's happening here. The NC are having such a great gaping hole for the TR that they just cannot take it back.
Yeah, the fact is, like, the NC, they have technically 4 to 5 angles to watch out. You have the 3 angles from the triple doors. You have the 1 angle on the doors next to the small stair, and then you have the server room where you have the Mossies firing at.
That is
Nail over.
exactly true, but on the other hand, they don't have to walk very far to actually hold one room or reinforce a room.
30 seconds.
30 seconds while the TR making last push. Not that many people to make the push though.
The point
Few
is
people
flipping,
jumping.
so it will
Point is
allow the
flipping.
TR to win crucial seconds. The rotation is a bit slow from the NC. There is a lot of people inside the corridor, but not that much sitting onto the point. 2 medics for the TR sitting onto the point. Big res grenade coming in, so some res here for the TR, allowing the fight to continue a bit longer.
TR
So
are getting the upper ground
yeah,
behind
finally
that,
they managed to push from the server room here, but the NC are a bit stronger here right onto the point. They will be allowed to repush onto the corridor and the server room, and there is not that much TR coming in from the bridge.
No, the TR have lost this base likely.
Oh yes, should be a lost base.
I see some grounds coming in, ground vehicles, air vehicles from the TR to help exterminate the leftovers of the NC. And the NC don't have a way of spawning here anymore, so they need to go back. They don't.
I would be amazed if there is a
That
back
was
capped
a good
already on Aokatek. No, there. So there is no back capped on Aokatek. So if the TR are allowed to step onto the point, start a capture, it can be huge in terms of momentum. But right now the NC kind of have it. And yeah, they've managed to clean all the TR that were kind of the less the left remaining TR from the defense. 1 Mossies onto the ground will be destroyed by a good decimator shot. And right now, all the eyes of the NC are on Aokatek. And if you capture Aokatek, the round can end before the timer.
Only then, but you have all the TR spawning in the best places and having a edge over with their spawn. They're having an edge over the NC attacking the base. It's fairly difficult one.
They do have an edge because like they have fixed spawn, but they also have quicker reinforcement coming from for the air battle. So does explain why you don't have that much river in the air, because like the reinforcements are taking way too long to get into the battlefield. So a lot more Mossies are allowed to stay alive, and I do believe that for the NC you have to like focus on ground control here, because the battle is inside the building. You don't have that much. Yes, you do have to keep your spawn options alive, but as long as you are alive onto the point, you don't need spawn option.
That not only, but as long as you cut off both of the spawning areas from the TR, then getting inside is fairly difficult.
Yeah, and all the TR are inside the tech, to be honest. They have quite a lot of Mossies up in the sky, but the rest of the infantry is inside the tech. I would love to see some tanks in the mix, to be honest. Yeah, there are few prowlers. There is only one, unfortunately, 1+1 lightning. Clearly not enough, because you have a lot more tanks here from the NC. 1 Vanguard, there was another one on the opposite side of the base. 1 lightning is already burning, and I feel like, yeah, Sanders are just used to get inside the point quite quickly. There is already a 1 GSD Thunder who managed to sneak through the shield here, allowing some NC to get inside the base. But to be honest, in order to properly attack plan, you either have to put a beacon right onto one of the feats around that the balcony on the southwest side of the tech plant, or you have to come from the double doors on the northeast side of the tech from a good spawn options.
On the other hand, you have TR now trying to ghost camp the previous base. I see one NC Sunday here, but furthermore, they are outnumbered.
The fact is that the point is flipping on a Yoka tech plan. And
thus they cannot take it, Mac.
Oh,
they cannot take the chemical lab.
No, they can't. The NC are walking onto the point, but sadly for the NC, the capture timer on a tech is around 6 minutes and 30 seconds. And there is not enough time remaining for them to capture a Yoka tech plan. So, it is a bit sad, but you're going to like just chill and try to buy as much time as possible. You just have to buy like for yeah, you're basically guaranteed to lead 2-0 into this at the end of this first round. And yeah, well, I would say well played from the NC. They kind of struggled to get into AOK Chemical Lab, but as soon as they managed to get into, they never really let the pressure off that base.
Nope, you can see indeed there are only a few battles going on inside of the tech plants. Weirdly enough, the TR have no way of coming in anymore. They are all being just, well, basically spawn killed by the armor.
Yeah, it is also why tech plan is like, when the home base is a tech plan, you generally have one team going like for a 3-0 victory, a 4-0 victory, depending on the lane. Because like they are a lot easier to capture than Biolab. They are a lot easier to capture than Arm Station, because Biolab and Arm Station, like especially Arm Station, you have to get inside the Arm Station for 6 minutes and hope that all your cheese stay alive inside the Arm Station. Biolab, you have a very reliable spawn option every time. Even though the SCU goes down, you still have a couple of teleporters here and there inside the Biolabs. So Techland, to be honest, are quite attackers' favorites, because like for the defense, you don't have that much to get inside the tech, in the onto the point, because the spawn is quite far. You can still go from the tunnels, but you will get watched out from the attacking team. And what you can also do is try to have a good push from the stairs, just as the TR are doing right now. But you're getting spotted from way far.
The stairs are not very easy because, well, in every sense of battle, never push upwards, never push up the hill, because the high ground is just stronger. Especially in Planet side, it's very obvious that the high ground is stronger.
Oh yes, it is.
All the grenades and explosives going down is way easier and can kill way more people than going upwards, because, well, going down you have an easier visible line upon the enemy that you're attacking.
Oh yes, and I feel like in every SPS, and even like Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Anakin Skywalker, he had the high ground, and even though Anakin Skywalker is quite powerful, you should not really underestimate high ground power. But yeah, TR still managed to sneak through the cannon balcony, and they will be attempting to contest the point.
Yeah, although it's a very difficult angle to actually attack from. I would say that, on the other hand, the other balcony, next to the bigger computers, that on the backside of the base, that's an easier place to attack.
And there is not that much people, to be honest, to defend that balcony. One LA versus one Heavy. Heavy has the upper hand. Good rotation, to be honest, by the NC.
They definitely tried.
Yeah. Oh, that flank here. Getting shut down, but all the TR, that no more medics are alive, no res grenade. The only res grenade is for NC. It is quite sad that the NC don't have the time to capture the tag, because they should be able to have that tech plan and lead 3-0, but yeah, took them a bit too long to get into Heyoka Chemical Lab, to be honest. And yeah.
The NC were just better in this sense.
Yeah. I was kind of expecting that kind of behavior from the NC, that kind of results. I would have gone for a 3-0 victory on the first round.
2, 1, enter front, enter front.
And there we go. We have an end of a round. And yeah, but I would have gone for a 3-0 victory, to be honest, for the NC, because like, especially on the side they had, it's a lot easier to get into Chimney Rock Depot. Heyoka Chemical Lab is an easy base to get into and try to get a good stronghold, because that's a closed building. And we will see the setup, I do believe, on Tumask Islands, which is very open map and a lot more susceptible to ground pounding from ESF. And we've seen at the end when the NC were inside the building of Heyoka Chemical Lab, there you had a lot of mosses still up in the sky. So NC RSPC will have to take into consideration that Tumask Islands battery is really open map.
It is a really open map. Not only that, but it's just the NC were at the first base way earlier, so they had a chance to set up defense. In every single warfare, Sun Tzu has said to attack a base, you need at least twice the men. The TR didn't have that, and to begin with. They only had to do with equal numbers, equal amount of armor and sky, and they chose for ground more over the sky, which is for attacking such a base with a lot of mountains and close corridors. Definitely not the most opportune
I
thing
think
to do.
it was a mistake from the TR to get to advance inside the base very, very early on with some Sundays and start the capture timer. Because like they knew that their armor were about to get cleaned up, so there was no way they could have stayed alive for 4 minutes straight. And the only serious push from the NC was a successful one, and it was at the last 30 seconds of the capture base, of the capture timer. So yeah, I do think that the TR kind of had that missed opportunity where the NC didn't really start the timer. So why would they start the timer? Because they had a lesser setup, and if you have the lesser setup, you don't have to be on the offensive. And I would think that on the second round, where both teams will swap off their home base, I think that the NC are just going to let the TR cap the base, like start the capture timer, and try for 4 minutes to destroy the setup that the TR are bringing to the table and bring into Chimney Rock Depot.
The hard part, I think, was mostly that the TR indeed start a timer first, but also because you need to start a timer, you have a lot of...
in 5 minutes. The second round starts in 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay. To have the TR cap the base, you need a lot of ground forces already as infantry.
Yeah.
However, infantry are very easy to kill. Like, everyone who played Spill Side has always been at least 10 times been run over by an harasser or a Sunday or a tank just going somewhere. And then they also have some ammunition that they can shoot. All that infantry is easily killed by all that and by all that sky, all by the armor. Where the NC, on the other hand, indeed tried to go first for the for the vehicle terminal to be able to spawn more vehicles right around the base. So the ground control of the TR was like non-existent anymore.
Yeah.
And then they also gained the upper hand in the sky battle which the NC did very skillfully, needed to be admitted, because they started off with less vehicles in the air.
To be honest, I don't know. I didn't really pay attention that much onto the air battle. I was more focused onto the ground vehicle battle, where we had a good flank here on the mountain. But yeah, I do think that there was more rivers in the end in the mix. Like not straight up at the beginning, but more like 2 minutes after the start of the first round. Like there was more rivers up in the sky, and the mosses were getting destroyed.
After the initial capture, after they were destroyed in the first time, they should have probably went backwards, got a lot of mosquitoes and armor again, and just try to eventually recap the base, even though the NC could spawn here.
Yeah, I do agree. Like, and especially on the side they were, like, they are really reliant on the setup they are bringing for the opening. And not having that setup destroyed by a good flank, you have like to commit otherwise. Like maybe not try to bring, maybe not bringing that much ground vehicle, but maybe some maxes and drop with some with a gal inside that building, and you might be allowed to fight a lot more inside the building. Because we've seen like the last battle on Chimney Rock Depot was quite close, to be honest. There was few infantry for TR. I would say less than 12 people from TR sitting onto the point, and there was less than 12 people from the NC pushing inside the point as well. So it was really like quite a fair match, to be honest, to get the first capture on Chimney Rock Depot. It was really risky for his team, and the NC could have like just not steal the base if the infantry was not better from the side of the NC. Because there was some great res grenade, the TR still managed to stay alive and to keep the timer until the second remaining. So 7 seconds remaining is the time where the NC flip the point, so the base belonged to them.
Definitely. The NC just played it better the first round. They were way smarter with it. They set up a very strong defense. They really challenged the TR to like, okay, go ahead, cap first, because else we'll just cap at the last possible moment and you won't have anything. The TR took the bait and, well, they paid the price for it.
Yeah, at some point you technically have to take the bait. Yeah, one team have to like start the capture timer, otherwise like it's just going to be 0-0 and nobody wins. So one team has to win in the end. But I do think like it was not a smart idea from the TR to start the timer, considering that their setup were about to get destroyed by the NC, and just do not cap the base. Let the NC, as they win the setup, let the NC start the capture timer and try to come back and steal it right at the end.
That's definitely true. However, just keeping the point at your control the entire time. The bait that they laid out was, we are setting up a very strong defense, where you only have an attack force that is already a little bit crippled. I think that was the bait that the TR just took, and, well, it didn't really work out.
Okay, a lot more rivers compared to the number of Mossies.
4, 3,
Indeed it is.
2, 1. Second round starts.
And there we go. Second round starts. TR should be able to get quite quickly into the base, and I do believe that they will. Oh, it is quite
I see a lot
strange.
of air on the TR side, actually.
On both sides, to be honest. And you even have a rep gal I do think that there is a couple of maxes inside that gal, but the thing that they don't quite know is that on the NC side, you have a lot of reavers, a few tanks, but a lot of reavers. But I do like the setup of the TR, bringing a lot of Thunderers right inside the base, a lot of Rep Sundays. With some Cobalt and Bulldog, not a lot of anti-air option, sadly, but yeah, it is a strong turtle setup from the TR right inside the point. You have 4 maxes inside as well. The tanks are here, 3 prowlers, but from the NC they just have to take their time.
And they certainly are. They are really setting it up already. I see, of course, one Sunday is probably trying to take a good position for a spawn point. But all the others are really taking it slow. They're staying together. They try to get as many kills in as possible. TR are starting to cap it again very early on. This time with, I see, maxes and an extra Sunday. All the Thunderers are actually at the point already.
Yeah,
they didn't.
In general, you tend to deploy a Sander right on next to the point on the other side of the rock, opposite to the NC1. Just to say that the TR lost the air battle, so you have a lot more cover, and the tanks are rotating around the map. I don't see the Prowler anymore, which is quite a bad news, to be honest. And look at that ground pound! You don't have anti-air on your Thunders, and you were hoping maybe to win the air battle, but look at that ground pound from the Reavers. 4 Reavers ground pounding those vehicles.
The TR certainly did learn after the first round, but they didn't expect the DNC to have this much air.
Yeah, I think like...
Yeah. The NC really read them like an open book. Like, okay, the TR now think that they need more air.
This is rough.
Let's just destroy all their air.
Yes,
because I did see a few I did see a few tanks with only 1 person in it. Like, they really just started up for a defense.
Yeah, 3 max, 4 max are alive. You have 1 AP firing inside the point. It will be a harder setup to break, infantry-wise. The good thing,
although you have tanks swarming on all around, the medics nor engineers cannot keep this up.
Yeah. It is quite a tricky base to get a ground pound on the doors or even on the windows for the Reavers, so you have to go infantry if you are the NC. I really like the cover from those 2 tanks on the next to the bridge, because like you have now 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe a 5th one. That's a 5th Skyguard. That's a lot of Skyguard here from the TR. You maybe have a 6th one. That's a Skyguard as well. You have a Prowler, so 1 Prowler, 6 to 7 Skyguard from the TR. They need to get rid of those Mossies, but the fact is that the NC are flipping the point, and there is quite a 50 seconds remaining into the timer, so it is quite a good margin, to be honest, for the TR to have a last attempt. But the thing is, like, you have strong vehicle setup, so you have to drop at some point. And I don't see with that many Skyguards, yes, you're going to get rid of any Reavers, but you're nowhere near to drop as efficiently as you could have done with all your squad, with all your cheese, because all the resources you could have put inside the max are now inside a Skyguard. A Skyguard are getting chased by some Vanguard. Luckily for the Skyguard, you have some Prowlers to watch out and try to destroy those those pesky vanguards, but yeah, the TR are nowhere near to drop inside Chimney Rock Depot, and I'm quite afraid that they are not really quick enough to get inside the inside Chimney Rock Depot. In fact, Chimney Rock Depot already got flipped and captured by the NC.
And they're already started attacking the next one without having the previous base in control.
A Cloak Thunder trying to sneak through, rush in. Fortunately, there is some trees on the map, and yeah, that thunder is going to go down, unfortunately for him. But yeah, you have a small skirmishes here. Nalo here with a spawn beacon, a squad beacon.
And I see a Valkyrie and a Galaxy who are dropping people like every few meters. Like, is that a thing as well, that they just drop one, then wait 100 meters, then drop another one, like waiting? You especially in that base, there is one very important feature, is that you have a infantry terminal which hasn't been destroyed, which is quite a mistake from the TR. Should be exploited by the NC, that vehicle terminal. So yeah, I'm quite surprised that the TR didn't like destroy that. Maybe they are waiting. They are waiting to just lose the point, then they are going to destroy it. But right now, a good setup. I would say good, not strong, but a good one. Good setup from the TR right onto the points. But yeah, the NC are slowly coming in. Not only slowly, but they actually just took the point. Like, they have it, and they control it. They really are taking the higher ground, which against armor works perfectly.
One beacon still is alive. You're missing quite a light assault. Even though I think, yeah, you could technically go on the roof, and take down the beacon. Yes, fine. It is a good thing that the beacon is down, but I think you still have some NCs here and there. Not technically in the garage, because the garage is being watched out by several lightning here. But a few Skyward, 3 Skyward actually, a 1 AP. So yeah, the NC will be struggling.
You can see how much difficulty a armored vehicle has against one light assault trooper. They really require others to kill it. To kill that singular light assault troop.
And you have a flash, invisible flash, running around in the field. Just took a lightning in the face. Just trying to sneak through. Oh my God.
From the NC, it's really
too many
trying
armor
to get some roadkill kills.
Yeah.
If you could say it like that.
You could, yeah. I think like that's the way to say.
Oh no, he left it behind and went under the bridge.
Yeah.
Really behind enemy lines. Like you can see him as an infiltrator running up the stairs, trying to get the backstab upon the TR. Which, if it works, is going to be.
Oh my God! Has been spotted. Get no.
He gets spotted by a light assault and gets absolutely destroyed.
That was a good life. That was a good life.
It was a very nice try. If it worked out, then it would have been devastating. But yeah, it's Planet Side. If it works out, that is.
Yeah. Good defense so far from the TR. They managed to destroy a couple of tanks, a few lonely tanks, 1 lonely Vanguard and 1 lonely Lightning, and 1 lonely Reavers. So there is not that much in the mix. That's kind of a break here from the NC. They invest a lot of resources in the Gal, in the couple of Thunders that were trying to get inside the base. They got destroyed for the most part, but yeah, right now that's the Reavers in the sky, putting the pressure on the TR. No TR are really allowed to get inside the base, and inside the contestant zone of the point, they are going to get hammered. They are not anti-vehicle, nor they are anti-air. Reavers. They are anti-ground. That's some air hammers.
Yeah, you can really see that the NC really went for the air.
Oh yeah. I really like that switch from the NC. Even though they still need a Sandra inside the garage, they have that Sandra inside the garage. Not the safest Sandra, to be honest, because you can technically, with that Sandra, go up the stairs and put it on the second ground, onto the first ground, and not really on the ground level. Infantry vehicle hasn't been hacked yet, I would say. I would expect the NC to hack it. They have to, and yeah, in order to really get serious inside the base. But the timer is rolling in, and we are left with 18 minutes remaining. So technically, there is enough time left to capture Tumas Island's battery and try to go for the tech plant right after it. But you have to start to hurry up if you are the NC.
But they are trying to get the air back from the NC.
This is embarrassing.
Enemy transport spotted.
But even if they're trying, it's not really working out very well for them.
Yeah,
They have a few-
NC
they have a
finally
few
on the
sent
point.
forwards. They have sent a few forward to deal with a massive amounts, but the amount of NC on the points near the TR spawn, they've set it up very well.
Yeah, the fact that they were quite prepared for quite a long time already inside in the round to get to deal with the amount of Reavers that the NC are going to bring into the table, because like there was a lot of Skyguard on the field, and having those Skyguard just, yeah, it is some cheap damage. To be honest, on the Reavers, but will allow the Mossis to have an easier time for the cleanup. And now you can see that ground pound right onto the point. There is no way you can really hide from those Mossis, and you don't have anti-air option here for the NC, unfortunately.
But they are doing a better job now by actually keeping this base up, but it's still going to be a very difficult mission here to actually get Chimney Rock Depot back.
I would
last
say,
few minutes.
yeah. I would say, like, they haven't been quite successful to get that base, Chimney Rock Depot, and I
still
don't
have a
think they will get it.
They still have a chance. They can
Yeah.
always just... They can now enmass a lot of vehicles and air, because they already have the air.
Yeah.
If they stop trying to mop up the last people, the air, and just start attacking, so the NC cannot pull any air,
Has taken the facility.
then the NC are going to have a very hard time actually regaining air control over the entirety of the airspace of the LaneSmash.
Yeah, big infantry push onto the center. One harasser coming in, unfortunately. That's a Mjolnir harasser. That's more anti-vehicle than it is anti-infantry, unfortunately. Point is flipping once again, so the NC are still trying to get into that base, and at least denied for the backup attempt on Chimney Rock Depot, keeping the TR at bay, keeping the TR onto Tumas Skyland's battery. Sunrise unfortunately goes down. Hasn't really
The
been
harasser also
well
went
protected.
down. The NC do have beacons up though. One beacon.
Yeah, you can't really, like... I don't think, like, you should be considering beacons
That's a good spawn option.
as a good and reliable spawn option, because, like, just as an example,
just
this
already.
beacon just got destroyed. You have no spawn option.
A singular
Maybe
light
someone
sword
else
can
is going to
destroy a
put it.
beacon and-
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, just someone can technically put it once again, but it's really fragile. You have a timer on the beacon, and yeah, you can only make your squad respawn, so you can't really go serious with only one spawn option, with one beacon. You still have a Sandra right in the back, but has been spotted, maybe will get destroyed by that.
Harasser in the base,
Yeah.
I'm seeing it as well.
The RSR is very low. The Sandra is finally moving inside, but it is a cloaked Sandera.
Inside the base, it's not really worth it.
No, that's not a sneaky, like... It's like hiding in plain sight, to be honest, because like you're supposed to be sneaky with a cloaked Sandera, but like you're putting that Sandera in very, very obvious space.
In a very obvious space, and if there is one singular TR pushing inside of the hangar, they know instantly where the Sunderer is as well.
Yeah, the first... That's basically the first place that you are going... that you are looking for a Sandera. I do like the Valkyrie though. Cas Valk will allow you to respawn, will allow you to put pressure on the ground. Cas 14 Valkyrie are quite powerful. Really like that. Really like that tool. And yeah, finally TR back onto the offensive. I would have loved and really loved to see one backcapped attempt from the TR. Because they had the defense of Tumask Island's battery for quite a while already, and they just allowed the TR to the NC to coming strong onto Tumask Island's battery, and I would have loved to see maybe a Valk just drop on Chimney Rock Depot and start the timer.
Indeed. It's just that the TR are really focusing on trying to keep this point alive. Which, of course, after the previous round, you could understand that, because the NC have way more presence.
Yeah, the fact is...
They're getting more kills. The TR are better at their revive grenades, but you do not win matches with just reviving.
Oh no, you don't. The thing is, like, you have that saying... that the better defense is the offense, and it does apply on LaneSmash. Like, to have a strong defense is always to have the initiative and to have the momentum and to get a timer running onto your opponent base. And we could technically say that NC here, RSPC, have a strong defense because they're not allowing their opponent to go onto the offensive, because they are onto the offensive. They have the momentum, they have the initiative going in. Then now the TR have to roll back that 1 minute timer onto my Skylands battery. 1 minute where the NC can just regather and try to repush as one to get once again a cap onto my Skylands battery.
Definitely. You can see also the TR have learned from their mistakes, get a lot more air inside into the space around of here, which especially in this base is fairly overpowered. Yeah,
in this base, like, if this base would have had a closed ceiling, I do think that the NC would have been able to already cap that base. Like, once again, having that ground pound on the infantry is really rough for the NC. It's not making things easy for them to get the base. Tumask Island's battery has been defended by the TR. A few minutes burn once again. Let's hope that they have someone to back up.
The Cloak Thunderer is still back in that hangar. And they went upstairs by now, but as long as it's there, the point here will never be will always be contested, and the TR cannot push upwards. So unless they do something about that Thunderer, there is not going to be any difference upon this battle.
Oh yes, I do agree. Finally, NC strong setup here. Few Mussies, yeah, I do see 2 Mussies in the sky. Took down a tank, I believe, that was running here in the open, but yeah, very strong infantry setup. Not much anti-air option, but they finally hacked that vehicle terminal, which they should be able to pull some maxes. I haven't seen some maxes, any maxes from the NC, to be honest.
The NC don't really go with maxes, they're really trying to dominate with light assaults and medics.
Yeah,
Not
they,
even,
they are quite
they don't
sure
even
that...
put a
yeah.
lot of engineers, really.
You have to get engineer in the mix, just maybe like that anti-infantry engineer turret is really powerful to choke hold, and as well, like having, as long as you are alive, you will need some ammo at some point, and not having ammo is quite bad, to be honest, for the sustain and for the long battle that you are going to face. So
Of course you require it, but I believe that the NC have less engineers than the TR currently do.
yeah, on the ground the TR don't really need engineer, to be honest, because like they are just going die respawn, and they don't have that much, to be honest. They have some medics, a lot of medics, to be honest, and heavy assault, but I don't see engineer.
I don't see engineer, not anymore, but especially in the beginning they had a lot of engineers.
Yeah.
What I don't see for them is infiltrators, which is weird, I believe.
Yeah, you do have some. You have Kiki, one of the TR, who is a infield bolter main. Yeah, there it is. You have two infield, one bolter. I believe that the other one is running a SMG. But yeah, in general, yeah, having some bolters in the mix really offer that one-shot potential kill. But yeah, you really rely a bit more on the sustainability that an heavy assault maybe has compared to an infield. And trying to repush with an infield sometimes really difficult. Oh, TR once again getting mowed down. Big res grenade coming in right onto the point. Maybe will allow them to get back the control of the point. Not that much NC left alive. Finally, ground pound was a bit too strong. One light solo, one heavy assault jump onto the point. Finally, it will get cleaned up, and the TR will take back the points.
Once again, even if they have the upper hand on this base, they still do not have the upper hand on the match because they still have an entire base to capture.
Oh yeah, the fact is, like, they should technically have enough time to defend the base. They have enough time to defend Thomas Kylan's battery and still have more than 5 minutes to cap Chimney Rock Depot. The fact is, they already lost the round, to be honest, as soon as they lost Chimney Rock Depot, because there was no way they were going to push to the home base of the NC. But yeah, they have enough time, but I do think that we are going to end at a stalemate on neither team can cap for the NC Thomas Kylan's battery and for the TR Chimney Rock Depot.
Back in the Chimney Rock Depot, you can see that the NC are gathering some armor here already. I believe to prepare for the initial push that the TR may still do. Unsure yet. No, they're actually trying to have a last push towards the next place.
Yeah,
there's a lot of Reavers coming in. I see a lot of armor coming in. They are going for one last push, I believe.
Yeah, you still have time to capture, and it is a lot more interesting to just like go ham and try to get that point.
If you look up
finally,
now, you can see the air coming in, and that's a beautiful sight.
Yeah, always. I really like the air battle. That there is a lot of Reavers. It will be really difficult to get a good defense against those Reavers.
One mosquito in the air.
Goes down. You have one lib as well.
He took one liberate. Or what? No, not liberate. I was about to say he took out one Reaver, which is fairly good, to be honest.
Yeah, on a 1v3, 1v4 situation, yeah, taking down one Reaver is good enough. Two Reavers ramming each other. here. I really like the addition of the lib, just to take down any vehicle that may go out.
And they once again have a Thunderer in the hangar.
Yeah.
And they are starting to push out once again. The armor also does a great job in deleting the last bits of armored that the TR had around the area. It's just been completely cleaned up. A few Reavers are still flying. I want to say standing, but not logically accurate.
Yeah. They should just ditch the Reaver. Like, they should like keep some Reavers to just get a fight for the Mossies, because the Mossies are just going to equip ground pound options, air to ground weapons. Like, if you can keep some Reavers with air to air, that's really, really powerful. And now we don't have enough time. Yeah, sadly for the TR, we don't have enough time to capture Chimney Rock Depot. We are at the 3 minutes 30 seconds on the round and 3 minutes 40 seconds on Chimney Rock Depot. So yeah, you are short about 10 seconds. But I really like that attempt. They should have done that attempt a lot sooner, to be honest, because that's the really first time that TR are able to come back into Chimney Rock Depot. But yeah, they had good defense onto Thomas Skylands. But yeah, fortunately that's a bit wasted here for the just couple of minutes to have a good backup attempt on Chimney Rock Depot. Unfortunately, we will hand on a 3-0 victory for RSPC. And to be honest, I would have not expected that much. Like maybe a 4-0 victory for RSPC, with RSPC going 3-0 yeah, at the end of the first round. But yeah, capping Thomas Skylands is really, really tough.
It certainly is, and the TR did do a good job in trying. If they were just 10 seconds earlier.
Yeah, maybe 10 seconds earlier. The fact is, like, you would have need a strong setup from the get-go. Like, never really lose the capture timer. And the NC were quite quick to answer the bad capped attempt. Like, they sent all the Reavers that they were left. The Reavers were forced to bail and try to get a stronger defense. But yeah, they managed to do it. And yeah, we are into the last 2 minutes of that round, 1 minute and 30 seconds to be exact. And yeah, finally TR once again with a good defense on Thomas Skylands battery. Holding those NCs onto that base was really important to them, because I do think that with enough time, NC would have been able to get the cap on the tech. So great job, I would say, from the TR to have that defense.
They certainly defended their own honor or their own dignity by defending this one.
1 minute remaining.
After the entire push of the NC in the first round, the TR really had to step it up a lot in this round, and only losing the middle base is already a very big step.
Yeah, we were quite close on the NC side to capture that Thomas Skylands battery, but yeah, never really goes in and finish the timer and finish the cap. So yeah, finally that's a good point for the TR, I would say, like to have that good defense and just say we were not getting wrecked to our own game, yeah, own base, sorry, all the time. So yeah, and for the NC, I would say that they were quite slow but methodic in their way of pushing.
Congratulations to RSPC, 3-0.
And there it is, end of the
The
match.
team captains, please join the waiting for the interview channel for the post-game interview.
Yeah, sadly for us, there will be no interview. We are the secondary stream, so yeah. We could technically join the other stream, but yeah, it would be kind of strange to have both interview on both channels. So if you want to listen to the interview, just go on to Planetside Battle, twitch.tv/Planetside Battle. Yeah, they are on my channel, but they should be on the other one. Let me just move that.
Insufficient permissions.
And yeah, I think that's going to be it. How was it for you, Grim, or that first LaneSmash commentary?
It was pretty fun. Learned a lot about from you.
Yeah, it was like a really interesting match, to be honest.
It was a very interesting match. It's just that the TR made the same mistake twice.
Yeah, it is really important when you are attacking that neutral base to always have like that that B plan.
A defensive setup.
Yeah, to have that defensive
the B
setup
plan of the NC is just
Yeah.
I think the A plan of the NC was just supreme. It was just better. They first went for a complete defensive setup and then take the point the moment they were completely ensured. They just knew that the TR couldn't have any more backup in.
Yeah, and we've seen in lower tier of bracket, because here we are, I believe we are on B bracket. So teams have some experience, but not that much. And yeah, I do think like RSPC played the smart way and played the long term, and this is teams tends to like see a neutral base and just say, okay, we're just going to cap that base and rush for that base. That's a 4 minutes timer. We are doing it on live. There is no way we can technically lose it. And for those neutral bases, you have to play the long game. You have to play the long term, and get at the end, play for that last 30 seconds. And for your last 30 seconds, you have to be alive on that point to contest the point and capture the point for your own faction. And yeah, I do think that it was a bit of the mistakes from the TR, from OP, where they just planned on getting onto the point. They didn't plan that much on getting killed and how they were to repush. They tried on the second round with a lot of Skyguards, to be honest. That was quite hilarious, but that was really never really a serious attempt to get inside Chimney Rock Depot and inside the points. Like, because with Skyguards you can't quite do anything except anti-air. So it was just a matter of destroying the airball of the NC. So yeah, well job, great play. Well played and great job. Oh my god, I'm losing my English. Great job by the NC. RSPC win 3-0 over OP. And yeah, I think that's going to be it. Thank you very much, Grim. If you have any last word, let's go for it.
No, I'm pretty much done here. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yeah, so guys,
Hopefully
come
you'll
back.
see me again.
Yeah. So guys, come back anytime soon for some LaneSmash. I think like in 1 hour we have a match. Less than an hour we have a match being streamed onto the Planetside Battles 2 channel. So stay on this one. And yeah, stay tuned to Planetside Battles PSB for more Planetside. Bye bye guys.